is there a particular beer that you guys are doing for moe.down? Like, is there a special? Are you promoting the summer brew or the palm wheat or what's?
We'll have Oktoberfest.
Oktoberfest.
Cool.
So the fall brews will be out. What's that?
Woo! Really?
Nice.
Awesome.
On tap.
Yeah. It'll make people very
that'd
happy.
be awesome.
Cool.
I think we ought to bring back Maximus.
Most of it.
Well,
So
Maximus
for those of you
moe.down.
that don't know, it's a double strength beer.
That would probably that would ruin our late set.
It would just save it for the Sunday set.
Where'd everybody go?
How is it? Do you have any stories about Fred at moe.down that we could ask about while we got all of you here?
The scenes guy.
I think everyone does.
Meaning toast at by 8 o'clock.
I don't know if he's actually ever seen us play at moe.down. He's there, but
For the Saturday afternoon set, maybe.
I guess one question that we were talking about kind of coming up here is, I know that Al, you live in the area, and you live in Maine, Rob?
Yeah.
So you guys are kind of scattered around. At what point how do you decide when it's time to make a record, when it's time to do something? When you guys are all geographically spread out, does someone just call everyone else and say, it's time to make a record, let's get together? Or do you demo stuff in your own studios and send it via the web? How does that work with Mo?
Well, we're actually in the middle of that right now, just sort of dealing with the logistics of that. We haven't really figured out a completely good way to do it. Like we have all the stuff on our computers, and we're talking about just pulling all of our stuff together right now. But we're in the middle of that. It's not a nightmare, but it's pretty close. Like, just trying to get everybody's schedules together, and we got the reality of it is we have to tour and make money at the same time, or not at the same time, but in between, and have home time too with our families, so we don't all end up losing all of that. And it's a matter of when we have the material, when we know we're ready to make the album, we'll get it together. And that's sort of where we're at right now, and we're gonna try to put something out, I think, in about a year is what we're looking at right now, right? So maybe a little bit more than a year. And we have to work that all out right now. Like, I haven't heard any of the stuff that Al's been working on. I don't think he's heard anything I've done, but we have amassed all this material, and it's time to actually.
So everyone develops a little bit, and then you kind of hash it out?
Sometimes, yeah. So
Generally.
last album we all worked together at the same time making the stuff.
You can say shit, it's fine.
Yeah, that's okay. Fuck.
What is your favorite?
But in the past, we all lived together in the same house, so things were much different then. We were writing and creating things. And there was no private time, and you could create something on your own. In fact, if you were playing something, invariably somebody would come and start playing with you. So
Change it for you.
yes. So you didn't have the freedom of writing an entire song by yourself, because by the time you got to the end of that thing, everybody was down in the basement with you, finishing that song.
Sure.
And so we have much more downtime these days than we did then. So it's a much different process now than it used to be. But as Rob was saying, we were originally looking at recording this fall, and as we're getting closer and closer to the fall, we just realized that we have to plan those things so far in advance that by the time as the fall was approaching, we realized we just really didn't feel like recording right now, and ultimately
It wasn't right.
There's no way that you can plan that a year out, oh yeah, in the fall I'm going to be really psyched about recording, but you do have to block out that time just in case. So how do you do that? You have to say, okay, I know I'm going to be motivated then, maybe, and sort of work around that. Hope the best, It's a little bit different than just saying, okay, well, I know that the market's going to demand this, and we need X number of cases of beer, and I don't know.
Yeah,
Maybe not.
We get the same way though on creating new beers and all that. Most of the time you're psyched up to do it, but you do. Sometimes you just want to stay the course and what you have.
Yeah.
Until you breathe.
how far ahead do you guys got to plan when you're doing your fall? You know, the fall beers are coming out. How far in advance were you thinking about that?
You know, like our 12 beers of Christmas, right now we just nailed the beers the other day, so we're late. I mean, the packaging's got to go. The packaging should have been run already.
Who makes the decision?
Wow.
Like who makes the decisions of what beers you guys are going to put in? Is that you as a team?
We have kind of a collective group. We, you know, we live by week,
Mm-hmm.
so.
Cool. I guess the only other thing, and we'll let you guys play your show. Is
And I'll
but
drink beers.
yeah, exactly. But first of all, thanks a lot for doing this. We really appreciate it.
Thank you.
When we were driving up here, Bernie was telling me about that you guys you'd worked together with Saranac in using a song in one of their commercials, and that you actually recut is that am I getting this right?
Yeah.
We did like.
You did like a.
We actually
I heard you recut it.
Oh, right.
We tried to re-edit the song.
That's
I mean,
right.
it turns out they needed a specific length, and we knew that ultimately the vocal had to come in at a certain spot or something.
Yeah,
and we tried cutting the version that we had. We tried to do an edit of the existing version, and it just wasn't working. And so we decided ultimately the best thing we could do was just sort of rearrange it and re-record a version as needed.
So it was a custom Saranac
So
mix
yeah,
of.
it was just custom recorded for that, and so we did that, and then I took it home and mixed it at home to the video that Bernie had sent to me,
Cool.
and so we got the whole thing to fit in there.
That's
And we
all
did it
history.
all on tour. We did it at
That's
a
right.
sound check, actually,
forgot
like
about
on
that.
stage, and so we had our whole multi-track recording rig with us. Then I took the whole thing home and finished it in the studio.
Awesome.
And,
What was the track? Do you remember?
the song is Happy Hour Hero.
Yeah. And
Cool.
what was cool is it made it so it was perfect.
Cool.
Yeah, it all worked.
We should write another one. Do another commercial.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
For,
yeah.
for
So
Maximum
there's,
Super.
yeah, there's a line in the song that Rob had written said a Saranac will do just fine. So
Cool.
it was a perfect fit.
And we agree
Yeah.
with that.
Yes. Well, thank you guys so much. We'll let you go. Thanks for spending some time with us. Thanks, Fred, for
Thank you.
providing the beer. And we'll catch you guys later on.
All right.
Saranac will do just